Hello guys, welcome back to Grade Time 5. My name is Rafael, as you can remember, and today we're going to be talking about the first grammar topic of this unit, which is all about reported speech, okay? So, for those of you who have their books with them, okay? So we're here on Unit 10, right? Page 94. And we're going to take a look at this grammar point over here. Today I want to do something a little bit different, okay? So instead of using that software that we usually do with the book, online, and so on, I want to present here to use some of the differences, or actually, as it is a review about reported speech, we're going to just take a look at some things you have already studied, all right, guys? So, you can go to page 94 if you want, or you can just follow through the explanation over here, all right? So, let's do this. Good. So, on the first exercise here, we need to say, we have sentences which are already on the reported speech. A very important piece of information about the reported speech is every time we talk about reported speech, we're telling people what somebody else or even ourselves we said before, okay? So, for example, you have this first sentence over here. The sentence says, she said that she had just heard about Robin Williams and that she was sad, okay? So, everything here is reported. So, she is another person, okay? And then we are referring to this person, which is a woman in this case, right? So, for these sentences there on the first exercise of grammar, you need to put these sentences into direct speech, okay? So, when we have, she said that she had just heard about Robin Williams and that she was sad, the direct speech, if we imagine the woman saying the sentences, we would have something like this. The direct speech means that this is the person speaking. And what did this woman say? Well, she said her words, okay, when she was speaking. I've just heard about Robin Williams. So sad, okay? And if we have to report her speech, imagine you are the friend of this woman. She told you this, okay? And then you were going to talk to your mom or to another friend. You need to report what she said. So we have this part here. She said that she had just heard about Robin Williams and that she was sad. Okay? Let's take a look at the next sentence we have there in the first exercise. Okay? So, in the second sentence, oops, I am in front of the sentence. So, let me put myself over here. Just a little. Good. So, in this sentence, we have the reported speech. And we are saying what another woman said, right? So, she said that she had just seen Ariana Grande downtown and that she couldn't wait for the concert that night. This is the reported speech. So we can ask, okay, but what was the sentence this woman said or this girl said? Because we have here, she said, right? So she said something. And the information she gave us was this. She said that she had just seen Ariana Grande downtown and that she couldn't wait for the concert that night. So let's take a look at the direct speech. What this woman in her moment of saying this piece of information, what she said. So we have something like this. Where is it? It's here. So the direct speech is, I've just seen Ariana Grande downtown. can't wait for the concert tonight. Okay, and again, if you imagine, okay, this woman, it's your friend, you are talking to her, and then she says, I've just seen Ariana Grande downtown. Can't wait for the concert tonight. And then you want to talk to another friend or to a person in your family about the information your friend gave you. So when you report what this girl said, you have something like, she said that she had just seen Ariana Grande downtown and that she couldn't wait for the concert that night. Okay, because we're talking about tonight. All right? Let's take a look at another example. So we have this reported speech here. So he said they should save their movie theater and told people to join them that night at 8 p.m. outside the mayor's office. Oops, sorry, outside the mayor's house, not his office. Okay, the mayor's? If you don't remember what a mayor is, it's very important. Okay, so a mayor is the person elected, okay, to take care of a city or a town. Okay, so we have the president who is elected to take care of the country. We have governors who are elected to take care of the states, right? And we have mayors who are elected to look after the cities or the towns, okay? So this is the mayor. But coming back to the reported speech, this is what a man said, right? And then, again, this is reported. So somebody is saying what the man said, right? So let's see. Let's check what was his actual sentence. Let's take a look here. So the direct speech is, we should save our movie theater. Join us tonight at 8 p.m. outside the mayor's house. So this is the man talking to people, right? And we put like we should into brackets over here just to say that you could imagine like I should save our movie theater, or we should. It's better if we use we because we have our movie theater, right? So we're talking about a group of people. So we, okay? So very important piece of information, guys. Every time we have a reported speech, we can transform it, turn it into a direct speech, and vice versa. If I have a direct speech, a person saying something in the present moment, we can report his or her speech. For example, I can say, imagine the situation, me and my mom talking on the phone, okay, or on the phone. I know you guys now do this with the phone. I do this because I'm old, okay? So, me and my mom talking on the phone. We live in different cities and we haven't seen each other for some time now, okay? So, when we finished our conversation on the phone, my mom says, okay, in the present, we're talking about the situation happening right now. So she says, Rafael, which is me, right? I love you. Okay? But now I want to talk to my brother or my sister or a friend and say what my mom said to me, right? So in this case, I need to say, my mom or she told me that she loved me, okay? Because I am reporting something after the conversation with my mom. So the conversation with my mom is already the past, right? What is very important about reported speech and direct speech, okay, is many things are actually important, but the thing that calls or draws our attention more like, oh, this is very easy to see, is two things here. First, the tense of the verbs, the tense and the aspects of the verbs. So if it's simple present, we need to change. Present continuous, we need to change. And also some other words, okay? But we're going to take a look at these words later. But taking a look here at the transformation of the tenses. So if I have the simple present in the direct speech, when I am going to report that, I need to use the simple past, just like in the example of my mom. Okay, so my mom in the present says, I love you. And then when I talk to somebody else about what my mom said, I need to say, she said, or my mom said, she loved me. Okay, so love you in the present, loved me in the past. Okay, same thing here with the present continuous. So again, me and my mom talking on the phone, present situation. Mom, what are you doing? Oh, I am baking a cake. Okay, so present situation. Now I am going to tell a friend what my mom told me. So my mom told me she was baking a cake. So it means that if she says in the present, I am baking a cake, present continuous, when I report her speech, I need to say she said she was baking a cake. So the past continues. Now with the present perfect, right? So in the present perfect, she tells me, my mom tells me in the conversation, present situation. Oh, Rafael, I have been reading, or I have read a book, okay, a very nice book. And then when I want to report the situation to another person, I need to say, she told me she had read a very good book. Okay, so in this case, when I have the present perfect, I need to change it into the past perfect. All right, the simple past. Imagine my mom told me in the conversation in the present, oh, and I saw your grandma yesterday. In the present, me and my mom on the phone, I saw your grandma yesterday. So, simple past. Now I want to report what my mom said. So I can say, she told me that she had seen my grandma that night. Or that day. Or, oh, actually, because I said yesterday. So, the day before. Okay? So, simple past turns into past perfect as well. Okay? Now, with will, me and my mom on the phone again, and she told me, and I will visit your uncle tonight. And then when I want to report what she said, I need to say, she told me she would visit my uncle that night. So, will becomes would in the reported speech. And can, what do you think happens with can? Well, if will becomes would, can probably becomes could, right? So my mom says, and I can, me and my mom on the phone again, and I can send you the list of ingredients for the cake. Let's say, this is the example. And then I am reporting, so I can say, she told me that she could send me the list of the ingredients for the cake. Okay, so can becomes could. All right, very good. So here, when we talk about the reported speech, we are talking in this moment about the verbs and the verb tenses that change. But also, as you might have noticed, there are some other words that also need to change. Otherwise, if you don't change them, the reference is very confusing. Okay? So let's take a look at some other words that usually change when we report the speech of someone else. Okay? For example, this, the things that locate us in the space and in time. So here, now, this, right? So, and tomorrow, yesterday, tonight. So here in the reported speech becomes there, now becomes then, this becomes that, today becomes that day, because we're talking about the past. Tomorrow becomes the next day. Yesterday becomes, let me move myself here up. So, yesterday becomes the day before, or another option, the previous day. And the tonight becomes that night. All right? So, this is basically the rule that you have to complete in your book. Okay, page 94, we were working. All right? Now, I am going to show you the last activity from this grammar section. Okay? And then you will perform the activity, pause the video here, do the activity on the book, and then come back later for us to check. All right? All right, guys. So here is the rule that we have just completed together. Okay? And another very important piece of information. So don't forget to change any pronouns so that they agree with any subject changes. So, for example, my becomes his or her, right? So, if I say to my mom, oh, and I am going to work in my project. If my mom wants to report what I said, she would say, and he told me he was going to work on his project. Right? Because she is reporting what I said. Okay? So, to practice a little bit more, I want you to pause the video and do this activity number 2 over here. So, report these tweets that you have received. So, imagine you received these tweets here. Number 1, I will be in town later this evening. And you need to say what this person said. So, he said that, and you need to complete. Okay, so pause the video, complete the activity, and come back here for us to check. Okay? All right, guys. So, how was that? Difficult? So, maybe too hard, maybe too easy. I hope it was easy. Remember, this is just a review, okay? So, let's see the answers for the second exercise. So, we have here, I will be in town later this evening. So, he said he. We have I will be. So, remember, will becomes would. So, he said he would be in town later. And this evening becomes that evening. Because we're talking about a different moment in time. Okay? Very good. Now, number 2. We had a great time at your house yesterday. Thanks. So, they said, and then here we have had a great time. Is this present simple? No. Is this present perfect? We have had. But to be past perfect, we need to have another verb after, right? It's not the case. So, this is just a simple past. So, they said they had, right? Because we're using the past perfect. Remember, simple past becomes past perfect. So, they said they had a great time at my house yesterday. So, we can't use yesterday, but we need to use the day before or the previous day. Remember? Good. Now, number 3. I miss you. I can't wait for tomorrow. So, she said, miss you is simple present, and can is in the present as well. So, she said that she missed me and that she couldn't wait for tomorrow. How do we complete that with tomorrow? Remember, so today, that day, tonight, that night or that evening, right? Tomorrow, yesterday becomes the day before or the previous day, and tomorrow for the next day. Okay? Good. So, number 4. John's missed his train. He's going to be late. So, important here, guys. John, apostrophe S. What is this apostrophe S? As we have missed, which is the past participle of the verb miss, it means that this apostrophe S is has. So, if I have a sentence, John has missed his train, we're talking about the present perfect. In this case, we need to use the past perfect. So, John's mom said John had missed his train and he is going to be late. So, is going to be late is simple, it's going to, but simple present, present continuous, right? So, he is going to be late becomes he was going to be late. All right? And finally, number 5. The baby is due today. So, all in the simple present. So, Silvio said the baby was due that day. Why it was? Because here we have apostrophe S meaning is and not has. Why? Because the verb after, actually in this case here, the verb is not in the past participle. Alright? So, let's check our answers. Well done, guys. Very good. Okay? So, take a look at these answers here. Check if they match your answers in your book or in your notebook. Okay? And if you got some of them wrong or you couldn't understand some of them, why the answer is that, please first go back to the explanation I gave you, right, to the changes of the verb tenses and the words, and if it's not enough, talk to your teacher. Okay? And thank you for now. Next time we'll be talking a little bit about pronunciation. All right, guys? So keep up the good work. Bye.